Or you can take it off if you want. I would like to keep it on because it would keep it.
Good morning. Welcome to the exhibition kitchen here at Northeastern University. We are thrilled to have our guest here today, Cara Scinto. Welcome to the exhibition kitchen. She's going to tell you a little bit about what we're going to do here today. This is our new nutritional series that we started for the fall semester. This is Tom Button, our executive chef, that has assisted Cara with this demo. So enjoy, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Deb. And a big thanks to Chef Tom for setting up everything that we see here on the counter this morning. I'm Cara, and I am here to show you a couple of balanced bites that anybody can make at home. These recipes are simple, and I've created them so that we can have fun with them and change it up with lots of different ingredients. I am a recently graduated Northeastern University Husky. I finished my master's in applied nutrition this past May, and I am super excited to be here today. So thank you so much for tuning in at home or wherever you are. We're going to get started with the overnight oats first, and this recipe is a great breakfast to make the night before, and it's something that's really easy to grab and go in the morning. So let's get started. We need a jar of this size is great. So this is a ball mason jar, and you can find them at the grocery store. I've also ordered ball mason jars on Amazon.com before. We've got Greek yogurt, which is high in protein, and that's going to keep us feeling satisfied throughout the day. We've got one banana, which is high in potassium and electrolytes. And then we have cinnamon, honey, peanut butter, and chia seeds. So we're going to start with oats first. This is one of the main ingredients as well. So we're going to need about half a cup of oats, although it could be different depending on what your needs are. We can measure using a measuring cup, or sometimes I measure using my hands. So this is a quarter of a cup. That's what this looks like. Or sometimes I'll measure using handfuls, and about 2 handfuls is what we want for this recipe. So the oats go into the jar first, and it looks like that. And next we'll layer in the yogurt. So for the yogurt, we want about a half a cup, but again, it really depends on what your needs are. And I'm going to spoon in the yogurt here. Now when we look for yogurt at the store, it's really important that we look for a kind of yogurt that doesn't have a lot of sugar added to it, because we don't want our blood sugar to spike during the day, because then we might get tired and hangry later on. So we want to find a yogurt that's low in sugar, and I really like the Chobani plain non-fat and the Faye yogurt, which are really typically found in the grocery store. So we've got our yogurt and our oats layered in our jar. Let's do the banana next. Now this is a very ripe banana. Thanks to Chef Tom for making sure that we have ripe bananas, because it's important that we have bananas that are ripe, brown and spotty, because they are more easily digested that way. If we have bananas that aren't ripe, then we could get a tummy ache, and we don't want that. So we're going to mash our banana up with a fork. Just give it a quick mash. It's going to be really mushy, and when I make food at home in my kitchen, I like to use my hands. I like to get messy and just have fun with whatever I'm doing. So this is going to get a little messy, and that's what a mashed banana looks like. It's going to go right into our jar, layered over the oats and the yogurt. Okay. And this recipe reminds me of sand art because we're layering one thing at a time. It makes for a really pretty, kind of like a parfait. Let's add our chia seeds in next. These little guys are great for staying hydrated because they're hydrophilic, meaning that they are water loving. So when we have them in our bodies, they're going to soak up water and retain moisture, and that's going to help us stay hydrated throughout the day. So I'm going to put in about a teaspoon. What happens with these guys is they, once they soak up the other moisture in here, they turn into this consistency that's got a gel coating. It kind of reminds me of a tapioca ball, but much smaller. Okay, let's do our cinnamon next. I love cinnamon. It smells so good. And cinnamon is anti-inflammatory, so it's going to help reduce inflammation in the body, which is very helpful. Let's do about a teaspoon, but again, at home, when you're making this, add as much as you like. Okay, that smells so great. Next is the peanut butter. Peanut butter is one of my favorite foods. We're gonna do a tablespoon of that, and this is one food that I try my best to measure out because it's really easy to overdo sometimes. So this is what a tablespoon of peanut butter looks like, and that's usually about the serving size that I go with. 1 tablespoon of peanut butter. And again, let's get messy here. We're just gonna layer it on top. Peanut butter in there, good. And the final ingredient here is going to be milk, and it can be any kind of milk that you like. If you have a dairy allergy, then you might want to stick with almond milk. And I, again, look for unsweetened almond milk because sometimes what will happen is other ingredients will be added, like corn syrup and sugar, and I try to stay away from those and instead go for the unsweetened version. So any milk that you have at home will do. We're gonna pour it over top here. Okay, and then cover this with our lid. Now, I was explaining all of these things that go into this, but when we make it at home, it's probably going to take a couple of minutes. You can shake it up or you can leave it as is, it's up to you, and then throw it in your refrigerator overnight or for about 8 hours, because what's going to happen is the oats are going to soak up all of the moisture, the chia seeds are going to become jelly, and it's going to be absolutely delicious. When you go to take this out in the morning for your breakfast or whatever meal of the day you're having this for, stir it up with your spoon, sit down, and take your time to enjoy and savor all of the different flavors that went into this jar. Okay, I'm gonna put this in the fridge. Maybe. There we go. Okay, so that was our first balanced bite, the overnight oats. Let's move on to our purple rain smoothie. So for this recipe, we have blueberries, a banana, cinnamon, and Greek yogurt. We've also got water and ice. So all of these things are going to go into our blender. And one blender that I suggest for college students is the Magic Bullet. It's a lot smaller than some of the high grade blenders, and it's much more affordable too. So let's start with our banana. 1 ripe banana, break it in half, and about a handful of blueberries. Blueberries are a great source of antioxidants. We'll do about 2 handfuls. And they're really delicious too. One of my favorite berries. And now let's do our cinnamon. So this smoothie is called a Purple Rain smoothie. Can you guess what color it's going to be once it's all blended together? You might actually see it there on the counter. So In goes our cinnamon for more anti-inflammatories. And the last ingredient, main ingredient, is our yogurt. Again, Greek yogurt. It's got a lot of protein, and that's going to help us stay satisfied throughout the day. I'll do about a half a cup. Okay. Water. You can also make this with milk. I prefer water because it doesn't have sugar. And this is going to hydrate us naturally as well. Okay. The final ingredient for our smoothie is ice. In the summer months, I like to use a lot of ice. In the winter months, I sometimes don't use any ice because I don't want to have something cold to drink. So it's up to you how much ice you are feeling. I'm going to do about 2 handfuls today. We're finally into the fall weather here, and so it's not too hot now. It's really beautiful outside today. Okay, so the way this blender works is we just screw the top on, turn it over, all of our ingredients are inside, and this is going to be loud, so here we go. Takes just a couple of seconds and everything is liquefied. Okay, our Purple Rain smoothie, here it is. Look at that color, isn't it beautiful? And it smells so wonderful. I can smell the blueberries, and I love having a pretty drink in the morning or for any meal of the day. Both of these meals are also great for having before or after a workout because they're giving us protein, carbohydrates, healthy fats, so they're very balanced. And let's see, where did my final? I wanted to show you these other overnight oats too that Chef Tom has created. They have different fruits in them, so we can switch up the ingredients in both of these recipes by changing up the fruit. We've got blueberry overnight oats, peach, strawberries, and kiwi. Okay, so I think it's time that we taste the bites that I've prepared here. So, would anybody else like to have a smoothie? Chef?
Sure.
All right. We're going to taste this and let you know how it goes. Cheers!
Yeah, cheers. Nicely
To
done.
good health. Thank you.
Delicious. You can
Like
really
it.
taste that cinnamon.
Mm-hmm.
Comes through. It's a nice balance. Really nice.
Kind of tangy too from
Yeah.
the yogurt.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's great.
And if you at home don't like yogurt, another great option is to use protein powder. My preference is the Vega protein powder, which is vegan. It's made with soy protein. And another great one is a Gold Standard Whey, which is made with whey protein. So depending on what your dietary needs are and if you have any intolerances or allergies, feel free to switch up all of these recipes to make it unique for you. I'm Cara. Thank you so much for joining us for our Balanced Bites today. Thank you to Northeastern for having me. I had a great time, and I hope that you make these at home. And let me know what you think over on www.thebalancedbod.com.